What's going on, guys? Brandon Gentile here. Getting text Legacy Group Real Estate Team, founder and CEO here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. We are back with a market update. This is something we've been bringing to you for almost a year now, and a little over a year, right around a year. And we have a lot of the same thing. It's interesting, right? We started doing this, a lot of the same trend has been taking place over this past 12 months, and more of the same this month. And as I always promise you, every video, you're going to learn something. I promise you, you'll learn something. You'll get something out of it. Obviously, real estate is something that people talk about all the time. People a lot of times are afraid to talk about it with people in the industry, but it's something that is talking about at every dinner table. It's a conversation everyone's having all the time. And this is one of those ways, like I said many times, that we want to raise the level of discourse. We've had a lot of people lately just in this industry that are, it's a very weird industry. It's an industry that attracts a lot of different kind of people. And we've had people that they're doing things, let's just say that they're doing stuff that is not really raising the level of discourse. So we're trying to do stuff that's going to raise the level of discourse. It's going to provide a ton of value for you. And that's our goal. That's our goal with our YouTube channel, with everything that we do. We guys bring you a ton of content. We appreciate all of the texts and the snaps and the Instagram messages and everything you guys send us. We appreciate that a ton. And we know you guys get a kick out of all these videos and all the content, the stuff that I do, the stuff that Paul puts out, everything. We get a ton of feedback from that, so we thank you guys a ton. But we do, as you guys know that have been watching now for a year, we do our insiders report and we do our market update. And they're two different things. So the insiders report is a macro level 30,000 foot view. It's a global economy view. It's something that I guarantee you no one is talking about, and it's something that I have a big passion in. There's a lot of people that try to talk about it and they try to, get in there and have a conversation about it, which is awesome, and that's what we want, and that's really what that's for. And we've had a couple great conversations, a couple great dialogues over our Facebook Lives on it, and it's a really interesting conversation to have, and it's something that needs to be had over and over again, and because it's just the road we're going on. And this is our local market update. So we're based here in Clarkston. And we deal in Clarkston, obviously. We work with Oakland County, and we get outside of that a little bit, but we try to focus on our hometown. That's what we know best. That's what we're experts at. And then we deal with Oakland County also. But we do Oakland County because it kind of gives us, being one of the largest counties and the best county to, kind of give you a vision of what's going on in Metro Detroit. So if you guys have remembered what we've been talking about the last year, we've got a big inventory shortage, and it's a seller's market, and again, the numbers bear that out. So the numbers are showing us again actives last year in April. And again, guys, I've had people ask me, why do you do the month previous when it's the next month, May, right? Well, because that's what we have the numbers. We can't do May, we can't do the current month because the month hasn't ended. So active listings, we had 5,300. We had almost 1,500 less this past April than we did the April before. So it just goes to show you the inventory shortage we're going through. Days on market almost cut in half. So the time that a property sat on the market in Oakland County, it was cut in half almost. I mean, that's remarkable. That is absolutely remarkable. Months of inventory, again, it shrank a little bit. And again, these numbers are a little misleading. I didn't get the decimal points for you. Sorry about that, but we just rounded here. So these numbers are a little bit bigger than they look. Clearly, days on market, things aren't sitting as much. There's not as homes out there. There's not as many active homes out there. So clearly the inventory is shrank. And that again is months of inventory is if homes stop to going active on the market right now, how long at this current pace, how long would it take to sell every remaining house on the market? So obviously that is shortened again. New listings. So we're seeing the 25 to 30% drop we've been talking about for a year now. It's the same thing. I mean, we have our broker here. He's been doing this for 35 years, and he is an unbelievable real estate mind. And he said he has not seen a shortage like this in the 30 plus years he's been doing real estate. And again, we thought it was bad last year, a year ago, in 2016, and even the years before, we thought it was bad and had inventory shortages. I mean, look at this. We're seeing 25 to 30% drops in inventory each month for a year now, we've been seeing these kind of drops. So this is really telling as to what's going on in the market. And not only this, guys, I mean, if you guys have people living around the country, these things are happening all around the country as well. It's not just Clarkston, it's not just Oakland County, it's not just Detroit, it's all around the country. Price per square foot, again, we're seeing a decrease in supply. So obviously that's raising the prices of homes. Again, it's something that it's good. It's more of a natural bubble, if you want to call it that. It's more of a natural bubble than we had 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we had people just walking in. They could, breathe and they had a heartbeat, so they were getting a loan. Now we have a lot of that's cleaned up, and that's better now. We just have natural bubble, so prices are going up. They're going up because of the shortage of homes. So it's more of a natural progression. Again, in our macro level videos and our insiders reports, we talk about how, again, there's going to be a correction at some point, a crash, what have you. That will happen. And again, no one knows when that will happen, but it will happen. And it's something you have to think about, you have to worry about. Again, I put that out there, and I say that because it's important and people should know that. I think there's a lot of people in the real estate industry, and I don't just mean realtors, I mean anyone involved in the real estate industry that don't like that I say that. They don't like that I'm putting things out there like that, but it's the truth. That's our job, is to tell you the truth, and that's exactly what will happen. It's been 7 to 9 years, right? It's 8, 9 years since the last crash. The market goes in 7 to 9 year cycles. And again, these are things we're going to get into, and we get into in our insiders reports. We talk about more of the global economy, and these are things to be prepared of. You have to be prepared about it. Again, I had it in here a minute ago, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the best books of all time. I mean, it's obviously my opinion, but if you want to know finance and you want to know how money works, I recommend going and read that book. I just got the new version of it. It's the 20-year anniversary. And what does he say? That one of the first things is your house is not an asset. So as long as you know, getting houses that's fine. We all need houses to live, but you just have to remind yourself, what's the vocabulary we're using? It's not an asset, it's the bank's asset. It's not your asset, it's the bank's asset. If you look at a balance sheet, what column is your house in? It's in the liability column because you're paying on it each month. If you got a rental property and it's giving you positive cash flow, that's different. Then it becomes your asset. So just knowing the language, that book changed my life. Why We Want You to Be Rich by Kiyosaki and Donald Trump, Rich Dad Poor Dad, those things changed my life, coming up on a decade ago. And that really changed the course of my life and the way I looked at money, currency, real estate, business, and it changed my vocabulary. So it's a great book. I recommend that book. I always try to recommend a book to you guys. Sold. We have almost the same number of sold. So, we have a lot less in the market, but almost the same number sold. So that is a byproduct, obviously, I should say the price going up here is a byproduct of the same number of homes being sold and a lot less being on the market. So that's your update, guys. That was April, and we've been, like I said, we've been doing this for a year basically, and we've seen basically the same thing. We've seen anywhere from a 20 to 30% drop in inventory. That's why it's a crazy time for buyers right now. They're really struggling. Silver lining is you have all-time low interest rates, but it's just a battle out there, and that's all there is to it. So sellers are really making out. It's something they have to think about is then they either have to go into the rental market or they have to then go and buy something else in a market that is a battle itself. So it's something to think about on both sides. Obviously, for sellers, it is a seller's market. They're making money. Hopefully, most people, if not all, they're close. There's a lot of people that, not everybody, but a lot of people are above their the place where they were 10 years ago when the market crashed. So I hope this gives you guys some insight into the market right now. And we, again, appreciate everything that you guys do in supporting us. And we appreciate all the questions, the comments. We have, like I said, we've got a list a mile long of the stuff that we're going to answer over the next year or two in videos. We're going to be one-stop shop for you to get all of your real estate questions answered. And we're looking forward to that greatly. We're going to keep bringing you the market updates so you know exactly what's going on here in Clarkston and Oakland County and Metro Detroit. And we're going to keep bringing you the insiders reports because that is extremely important as well. Obviously, we see stuff with Donald Trump going on in wars, and that's stuff we keep tabs on and we study each month. So we appreciate you guys a ton. Again, I'm Brandon Gentile. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.